Today, we're going to tear apart a piece of financial advice that, most of us were taught growing up. And it's advice that might actually be the very thing holding you back.
Wow. I mean, that quote really hits home, doesn't it? It basically says there's this one piece of advice we've all been given that's the reason people feel stuck. So let's figure out what it is.
Okay, so let's start right there. We're going to unpack this advice, the script that's been passed down for generations. And the thing is, in today's world, it's not just a little outdated, it's dangerously incomplete.
Yeah, if you grew up in a middle-class family, I bet this sounds super familiar, right? It's like the standard playbook for a good, secure life. Your parents said it, your teachers said it, but here's the thing. There's a huge problem with it.
So this is the core belief we really have to challenge. The idea that if you just get a good salary and you save consistently, you're all set. And look, maybe that worked for our grandparents, but today, relying on just savings, well, it quietly eats away at your wealth. It's not some big crash, it's a slow burn, year after year.
And you know what's so tricky about this? This slide really breaks down why it's so hard to question this advice. I mean, think about it. It feels responsible. It feels safe. Your parents praised you for it. And yeah, banks love it. Governments encourage it. Everything and everyone is telling you this is the right thing to do. It's all well-intentioned, for sure, but that doesn't mean it's actually the best way to build wealth.
All right, so if saving money feels so right, how can it be wrong? Why does it lead so many people down the wrong path? Well, it's because there's this silent killer, a hidden force that is working against your savings, and most of us just completely underestimate it. And here it is. This is the bad guy in our story, inflation. While you're carefully stashing your money away, the prices of, everything are going up. Your groceries, your gas, everything. And that means the cash sitting in your bank account is getting weaker. It just buys less and less every single year.
This chart just illustrates the point perfectly. I mean, look at that. Your bank balance might be ticking up. And hey, that feels good, right? But what you can actually buy with that money, your real purchasing power, is going down. This is exactly why so many of us feel like we're earning more money than ever, but somehow feel broker.
So here's the real trap. The whole system, it taught us how to do one thing really well. Trade our time for a paycheck. And then maybe save what's left over. It taught us to be scared of risk. But you know what it never taught us? The most important part. How money actually grows.
And that brings us to the biggest idea in this whole explainer. This is the real shift. If you want to build actual, lasting wealth, it's not about just changing what you do. It's about changing how you think. It's about shifting from being just an earner to becoming an owner.
Yeah, this is it. This is the core concept right here. Wealth isn't about working harder and harder for more pay. It's built by owning assets, things that grow, hopefully faster than inflation. We're talking about things like a piece of a company, stocks, or real estate that pays you rent, or your own business. Things that make money for you even when you're sleeping. That is how you break the cycle. And here's maybe the simplest way to think about it. Your salary, that pays the bills. It's for survival. An asset, that builds your freedom. That's what buys back your time. Okay, this table breaks it down so clearly. On one side, you've got the middle class thinking. What's the main goal? Job security. Where does the money come from? Your salary. How does it grow? Tiny little annual raises, right? Now, look at the other side. Wealthy thinking. The goal isn't security, it's ownership. The income isn't from a job, it's from assets that produce cash. And the growth tactic? It's not a small raise, it's the incredible power of long-term compounding. See, it's a totally different playbook. And this is probably the biggest mistake so many of us make. We delay. We wait until we feel safe enough to start investing, to start building. But here's the hard truth. That feeling of complete safety, it never really arrives. There's always another bill, another expense, another reason to wait. And all the while, time, which is your single most powerful weapon for growth, is just slipping away. So, okay, if the old playbook is broken, what's the new one? What are the roles we should have been taught? Let's get into that right now. Honestly, this is the stuff we all should have learned in high school, right? How inflation actually works, how compounding builds wealth. That amazing process where your money makes money and then the money it made starts making more money. It's about understanding how owning things gives you leverage and learning how to manage risk, not just run away from it. This is what real financial literacy is. It's not just about being disciplined, it's about understanding the rules of the game.
And look, I have to be super clear about this. This isn't me saying, don't save money. Of course not. Saving is crucial. You absolutely need an emergency fund for stability. But saving is the foundation. It's not the whole house.
Think of it like this. Saving without investing is like hoarding a bunch of seeds and never ever planting them. So here's the new truth. This is what replaces that old lie. Financial security doesn't come from saving money, it comes from owning productive assets. Man, when you really, truly get that, everything changes. Your whole approach to your finances shifts. You stop just trying to be safe, and you start actually building control over your future. And that's really the heart of it all. People aren't stuck because they're lazy or don't work hard. Come on, people are working harder than ever. They're stuck because they were taught how to survive with money, not how to make it grow. They're stuck on that hamster wheel, running with a survival mindset.
So think about it. You were taught how to survive. You probably already know how to do that pretty well. The real question you have to ask yourself now is this: how are you going to learn to make your money grow? Because the moment you start looking for the answer to that question, well, that's the moment your financial future really begins to change.